Welcome to the class. Today's class is about IR spectroscopy, which is introduction part. Introduction to IR spectroscopy, infrared spectroscopy. See here I am giving the electromagnetic spectrum, which is starting from gamma ray and ending to radio waves. So gamma ray to radio wave, energy of the radiation must be decreases and the wavelength of radiation must be increases. According to Planck's law, it is given as E is equal to h nu. See here, energy E is equal to h nu, which is equal to h into c by lambda. So here c is velocity of light and lambda is wavelength. If you compare the relationship between energy and wavelength, if energy decreases, what about the lambda? Lambda must be increases. Same here. So the energy of gamma ray is more. If you go from gamma ray to radio wave, the energy of radio waves must be very less. And if you compare the wavelength side, wavelength here, if you see here, it is given as 10 to the power of minus 6 micrometers, and for the radio wave it is ending by 10 to the power of 7 micrometers. That means you are finding the increase in wavelength and decrease in energy value. So highly energetic radiation is gamma radiation and least energetic radiation is radio waves. And here our intention is to study about infrared spectroscopy. What do you mean by infrared spectroscopy? Generally, spectroscopy is the study of interaction of electromagnetic radiation with matter. So in which form? Electromagnetic radiation in the form of infrared radiation. When it interacts with matter, then we call the spectroscopy as IR spectroscopy. Simply, that is interaction of infrared radiation with matter is known as infrared spectroscopy. Simple definition, right? So it is named as infrared. Why it is named as infrared region? After gamma ray you are having X-ray and then ultraviolet, after that visible region. So this visible region starts from violet color and ends by red color. After the red color or after the red radiation you are having infrared region. So infra means after. So after the red color you are having or you are starting the region, so that's why the region is said to be infrared region. And in the initial stage I am explained that the wavelength of radiation must be increases from the starting ray to ending ray. That means from the gamma ray to infrared ray you will find the increase in the lambda. So simply I am writing here like this. So here the wave is starting with a compact manner. Slowly it will increase the wavelength of so slowly what you are feeling here, at the starting point you are having a less wavelength. Keep on moving the wave, you are having at the midpoint, suppose this is infrared peak or infrared region. So in this region you are finding that higher wavelength. Okay, that is, what is a wavelength? wavelength is in 1 centimeter, number of waves that are taken place in 1 centimeter is said to be a wavelength. Simply, of course, in 1 centimeter, the number of waves taken place is said to be frequency, not wavelength. Okay, so what is frequency? Frequency is given by the symbol nu. Nu is equal to c by lambda. If you know the nu value, then it will be very easy for us to calculate lambda. The distance between two adjacent crests or distance between the two adjacent troughs is known as wavelength, and the number of waves that are taken place in 1 centimeter is known as a frequency nu. And nu bar, a new term is also developed here, nu bar, which is known as a wave number. So wave number nu bar is equal to 1 by lambda. So what is wave number? A wave number is given in the terms of centimeter inverse. So these are the units. Okay, in 1 centimeter the number of waves taken is known as frequency. So opposite of frequency or inverse of frequency is known as a wave number. So it is given in the units centimeters, and for this the units given are centimeter inverse. Okay, right. So if you substitute here, E is equal to Hc, 1 by lambda is known as nu bar. So Hc nu bar. Generally infrared radiation is taken in terms of wave number, because the wave number which is starting from the known value and ending by another known value, in that region only we can interpret the infrared spectra. As in the case of ultraviolet spectroscopy, there we are finding, or there we are concentrating on the lambda values only. Depending upon the wavelength of radiation, there must be particular absorption, and the absorption can be noted using the UV visible spectra. It is the prior case, that is about UV visible spectroscopy. But here in this case, for the case of infrared spectroscopy, when a particular wave number of radiation, particular energy, so the particular wave number means here energy and wave number both are proportional to each other. So that means energy of radiation, we are considering that energy of radiation, not wave number. Even though we are considering energy of radiation, we can convert it into wave numbers. So particular amount of energy, when it is fall on to the matter, then matter can absorb some amount of energy. Due to the absorption of that energy, some vibrations can take place in the case of infrared spectroscopy. Okay, see here I am showing. Yes, so if suppose assume that this is matter, when infrared radiation interacts with the matter, simply here I am noting that as it is a matter. So matter which is in the form of solid form, generally it can be exist in solid form, or it can be in a liquid form also, simply in solution form. Sometimes it may be gas also. A matter can be, sometimes it may be gas. Generally the preferred one is solid case. Generally we are taken in solid form and also liquid form also. If IR radiation, so assume that this is IR radiation. So yes, so yes, so IR radiation, when IR radiation interacts with matter, then some amount of energy, some net amount of energy we are providing. So IR radiation with some amount of energy interacts with matter which consists of atoms. So the molecules are made up of some atoms connected by bonds. So the bonds, if suppose these two atoms are connected by a bond, means the bond is a covalent bond. Whenever the IR radiation reaches to the molecule, now the bond that existing in between the two atoms may decrease its distance or increase its distance. It is known as vibration. Okay, so the displacement of the distance in between the two atoms takes place when the IR radiation interacts with matter. So that dislocation or change in the distance is known as dipole moment. Okay, that dipole moment, which is given by, of course, the change in the distance is not a dipole moment. The change in the distance is known as vibration. So when vibrations takes place, whenever the IR radiation interacts with matter, then the movement of the atoms takes place. When the movement takes place towards near to the atom, or when the movement takes place away from the atom, then it is said to be vibration. So molecular vibrations can take place when IR radiation interacts with matter. So due to the vibrations that are taken place in the molecule, we can find out dipole moment. So dipole moment is equal to radius r and into charge separation, because all the molecules, all the bonds that are holding the atoms may not absorb the IR radiation. Why? Because suppose you take a molecule which is consists of two atoms. The two atoms are connected by a covalent bond. If at all the covalent bond is a polar covalent bond or non-polar covalent bond, that means a bond which is having shared pair of electrons and the sharing is taken equally, then we call this bond as non-polar covalent bond. If suppose the two atoms are connected by a bond and the sharing of electrons is not equally, unequal sharing of electrons is said to be polar covalent bond. So such type of molecules, wherever you find such type of molecules, polar covalent molecules, that polar covalent molecules will have high electronegative atom which is connected to low electronegative atom. So due to the high electronegativity, the atom can acquire partial negative charge, and the low electronegative atom which acquire partial positive charge. Now there is a development of dipoles on the molecule. So whenever the dipoles are developed on the atoms, then it has the influence to attract the atom towards itself. When it is coming towards the atom side, then the electron to electron repulsions takes place, so it has to push away from the atom. So again it has influence to attract, so attracting, pushing. So this is nothing but internal vibration. So that means a polar covalent bond, wherever you find polar covalent bond, internally there must be some dislocation of the atom. That dislocation we called as natural vibration. So a molecule which is having net amount of vibration, some amount of vibrations are having inside the molecule. such type of molecules only when interact with IR radiation. Okay, the molecules which are exhibiting this phenomenon when they are interacted with IR radiation, so already it is having some natural vibrational frequency. If suppose that frequency matches with the IR frequency, so IR radiation which is having particular amount of energy means it is having net amount of frequency. So when this frequency matches with the frequency of the molecule, then the absorption takes place. So it is clear that all the molecules may not absorb IR radiation. Whenever the molecule which is expecting to show dipole moment due to the vibrations, then only that molecules only absorb IR radiation. So due to that, there is a possibility of exhibiting change in the dipole moment. So the change in the dipole moment is mentioned by mu bar is equal to distance between the nucleus and the charge separation. So the multiplication of distance between the atoms. So the distance between atoms is nothing but radius, and the charge carried by the atoms. Okay, so the principle of IR spectroscopy is when IR radiation interacts with matter and the matter must have vibrations due to dipole moment, then only absorption takes place. Due to the absorption we can find the phenomenon. So finally we will get IR spectra. Okay, so this is the basic principle involved in IR spectroscopy. Right, so see here. Right, so when IR spectroscopy, that is IR absorption spectra, is due to change in the vibrational energy accompanied by changes in rotational energy. So there is a change in vibrational energy means automatically there must be change in rotational energy also, because see here, if you are providing the infrared radiation, so due to infrared radiation interacts with the matter means it is highly energetic. Infrared radiation is highly energetic compared to the next regions, microwave region and radio wave region. So microwave region is resultant by the rotations of the molecules. When the rotations takes place, that rotations can be studied in the case of microwave spectroscopy. So comparatively microwave spectroscopy is the least energetic spectroscopy compared to infrared spectroscopy. Then next, radio waves. Okay, so when infrared radiation reaches to the molecule, what will happen? As it is highly energetic means it is having some amount of vibrational changes as well as rotational changes, because its region is vibrational changes, and the low energetic region microwave can have the rotational changes. So when IR radiation interacts with matter, then there must be changes taken place in the vibrations of the molecule as well as the rotations. Okay, so there is a change in vibrational energy levels as well as rotational energy levels. Right, and the range of electromagnetic spectrum that extends from 0.8 nanometer to 0.8 micrometer to 200 micrometer. See here, so from here onwards IR spectroscopy starts from here. So this is the IR region. Okay, So 10 to the power of 0 means just 1. So 1 micrometer. So not exactly it is starting from 1 micrometer, it is in the left side, means it must be 0.6 or 7. So here I am clearly given that it is starting from 0.8. So 0.8 micrometer to 200 micrometer. So this is the region of IR region, or in this region only we can study IR spectra. In usual practice, however, either the wavelength or a wave number, okay, generally we are considering a wave number, it is employed to measure the position of a given infrared absorption. Okay, so generally IR radiation, which is starting from 0.8 micrometer and ends by 200 micrometer. So it is in terms of wavelength, but we are in the stream, that is we are concentrating on wave number. So wave number means, so it is 12,500. so from 12,500 to 50. That means if suppose if you want to elaborate this one, right, so simply here I am taking, so this is the IR region. Now IR region is divided into 3 parts. One is known as simply IR or normal IR, and this is known as far IR region, and this one is known as near IR region. Okay, near IR region starts by 12,500 centimeter inverse to 4,000 centimeter inverse. So this is the range of near infrared radiation, and the IR radiation starts from 4,000 centimeter inverse to 647 centimeter inverse. Okay, right, and the far IR ends by 50 centimeter inverse. So in this range 12,500 to 4,000 centimeter inverse, we call this region as near IR region. From 4,000 region to 647 centimeter inverse, this region is known as IR region. So for the structural elucidation of organic compounds, this region only we can use, or this region only applicable for the structural interpretation of organic compounds, and this is known as far IR region. Okay, 647 centimeters to 50 centimeter inverse. And if you want to know the wavelength of the radiation, so this is in terms of wave number. If you want to exhibit the values in terms of wave length, so it is from 0.8. okay, 12,500 centimeter inverse, 12,500 centimeters, which is the value of nu bar. If you convert this value into lambda, it will be 0.8. okay, so 0.8. if you want to see here, yes, 12,500, it will be equivalent to 0.8. 4,000, it will be equivalent to 2.5. So 0.8 micrometer to 2.5 micrometer is a near IR radiation, and 4,000 to 667, it is in the wavelength region, it is known as 2.5 micrometer to 15 micrometer. Okay, if you want to convert these values, it is very easy for us to convert, because by using the mathematical expression E is equal to h nu E is equal to h nu if you substitute here hc by lambda. Okay, and here you have the relation between a wavelength and wave number. So wavelength and wave number both are inversely proportional to each other. If you know the wave number value, it is very easy to us calculate a wavelength also. Okay, that means the wave number of the radiation is 12,500, then what must be the wavelength? Simply substitute that one. Nu bar is equal to 1 by lambda, then lambda is equal to 1 by nu bar. If you substitute the value here, 1 by 12,500, if you substitute and if you calculate lambda is equal to 1 by 12,500, on simplification you will get simply it is 0.8 micrometer. Okay, micrometer means 10 to the power of minus 6 meters. So this is the way of getting the value. If you know the value in one parameter, it is very easy for us to convert it into another format. Okay, so if you know the values in the wavelength region, then it will be very easy to convert it into wave number region. So in this manner, if you have the IR radiation, when it interacts with the matter, then there must be vibrational changes can take place due to change in the dipole moment of the molecule. So this is the principle involved in IR spectroscopy, right? So wherever you find the IR spectroscopy, there must be the condition for the IR absorption is vibration due to the change in the dipole moment of the molecule. Whenever you find, then only absorption of IR radiation takes place, right? Thank you. Thanks for listening.